John Russell. I have recently had a bit of curiosity in regards to the WWE. I'll put my hand up and admit, I've not watched wrestling since the mid-90s and have no interest in keeping up with the current format. However, thanks to YouTube, I've been able to revisit old content and learn new things from documentaries, and it's been fun and eye-opening. I've always thought these incredible athletes gave us some of the most memorable memories and moments. What I did not think about was the drug abuse, alcohol abuse, the constant injuries, travel, and mental fatigue that had on these men. It's dawned on me that this cocktail of problems contributed to the entertainment, and as much as I enjoyed watching at the time, I wish there was more support for them back in the day. As we now know, most of them never made it. They passed at the age of 40, and the lucky few that still did fight their demons. You can look at wrestling now, and you can criticize a lot of the writing, but they are making big steps to try to weed out things like steroids, drug abuse, people like Kurt Angle. I think WWE for a while, they wouldn't even hire him back. He was a mess. He was a wreck. He was on so many freaking painkillers. Like, it's just sad when you look at some of these people and you could tell the kind of pain that their bodies are in. Like, the thing about professional wrestling, and you can make the argument, the same thing with football and some sports, is these people sacrifice years off their life in some cases. They sacrifice their bodies. And people like Roddy Piper, I think I replied to you about Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper, he was a joke where he talked about, I think, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and he joked about it saying, like, people like me aren't going to make it to retirement age. And sure enough, a couple years later, he was dead. It's like they know it. It's the life. It's the constant traveling. It's the sleep deprivation. It's the cocktail of drugs, booze, cocaine. Woo! Woo! Cocaine. I don't see how Ric Flair made it to 70. I do not see. But, when you look at that, you rewatch some of that stuff from the 80s and 90s. A lot of those guys were coked out of their mind just to stay up. I'm sure it was a wild ride, but, there's other aspects of it to where a lot of them are still, fighting a lot of their demons. People like Test. I mean, Test, what did he die when he was like 30 or something like that? People like Test. And when you look at some things, you look at Mick Foley, man. Look at Mick Foley. This guy, I don't even see how he still walks. I mean, you go back and look at those things, and Mick Foley especially. Not many sacrifice more than Mick Foley. Like, he's got to have brain damage. His back must be messed up. I think his knees must be made of paper. Like, you go back and watch that match with him and the Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell. There's never been more of a display of just physical sacrifice I've seen on that level. Well, except maybe like ECW and something like that.